Thank you very much. And the subject of today's kaleidoscope of the TEDx is kaleidoscope. That is, that everyone has a different perspective out of the same view. Similarly, today I want to share my experience of this unique and unusual rescue operation that we recently did in South China Sea, where we extracted 303 people from certain jaws of death, and that too in extreme weather and severe sea conditions. This information is all over the news, but today I will try and condense it into 10 to 15 minutes. And we'll try to learn something out of this experience so that it is for our common good. In life, we are always learning. We are learning, like you're coming to school, you're trying to learn something. But what is the main objective of learning? The main objective, I understand, of learning is to face challenges in life. To stand up to challenges when they come to you, you should be able to face it. So this is not like an obstacle which you can just jump over it and done with it. The challenge in life will be like a big mountain, and you, my friend, will need to go through the ravines, jump over the streams, you will need to climb steep slopes, go down hills, and if there is a thick undergrowth, you will at that time need to bypass it, to sidestep it. So this is a similar situation happened to us that day on the 7th of November, on the cargo ship. We were on passage from Japan going to Singapore. When at 14:50 hours, that's an afternoon, my navigation officer called me up and said that, sir, I received a distress message. We went up, we checked it out. It was a broadcast message from MRCC Singapore. That's a Maritime Rescue Coordination Center which oversees the South China Sea. They had broadcast a message that there is a boat adrift in a particular coordinate, and this boat has 300 people who are in distress. Please look out for them. So we were quite close to that, about 7 miles. 7 miles at sea is quite a distance, so we immediately volunteered and we proceeded to that point. So when we proceeded to that point, we had no idea what we are going to face. So I called up MRCC and I tried to inquire, I tried to confirm that is the number which you mentioned, 300 correct? Because usually at sea, we will come across just about 2-3 tank sailors, who have just gone adrift or the engine has failed and they want to be rescued. But this was very unusual, 300 people at one time in one boat. So, of course, the duty officer, he confirmed to me, he said that, sir, this is the intelligence we have, please go and check it out for us. So, we did that. We went to the position, and I must emphasize it here that we are a commercial ship. Every time we divert the ship, it bleeds money, cost the owners or not, because we are in commercial operations, and also we do not have resources like a Navy ship or a Coast Guard have at their disposal. So we are a commercial operation which we have to go and divert and go for a rescue of these people who are in distress. So this was quite an unusual operation. And once we reached there was nothing. In the coordinate which was described to us, there was no boat, no survivors, nothing. But South China Sea in winter time is notorious for squally weather, and there was no exception that day as well. So the weather had picked up, wind was strong, and the swell was 3 to 4 meters. So this is just 1 meter, you can imagine 3 meters of swell, and we could not see anything there. But the message had said the boat was adrift. So I decided to expand my search in the direction of the swell. So lucky for us, after about half an hour of searching, about 45 minutes, we were able to locate a small target on the radar. This small target looked very far away, but it was, say, about 15 nautical miles from the initial position. So we proceeded to it, reached there about 4:30 in the afternoon, and gentlemen, what we saw there was this. This was a very small boat, just about 30 meters in length, and it was overcrowded, full of people. There were women, children, and injured persons, and all the men were shouting and screaming at the top of their voice. They were desperate to get off that boat. So, in a normal operation, what we usually do is we lower our rescue boat, which has 3-4 of our crew, go to the survivors, pick them up, and come back. It takes 1 hour for this operation, and maximum we can rescue is 10 persons or 15. But now, seeing the scale of the operation involved, I decided to go for an unconventional approach because this would not work. It would take a day or two to rescue 300 people in the normal operation. So what I decided was I would take my entire ship. These ships are very massive, huge vessels. You can imagine it's like the entire building of yours. It's about 200 meters long and 35 meters wide. We decided to take the ship alongside to their small boat, which involves a lot of risk, of course. But seeing the condition of these people, we decided to go for it. And once we made our approach to this boat, to our horror, what happened is these people were desperate to get off that boat. They were in a situation where everyone wanted to be the first one to get off this boat. And in that mess, many of these people running here and there on that small boat, the boat turned. It turned about 90 degrees from our ship. It could have damaged our hull, or we could have overrun them, and they could all end up in water. At the last moment, we managed to abort the mission. So as soon as we aborted and we were just moving away from them, these people thought that we have left them there and we are going away. So we had to convince them. I used my loudhailer and the service of my chief engineer. My chief engineer was another Indian. We were 2 Indians on the ship. He was from South India. His name is Dinesh Khanna. So I told him, Dinesh, go down, try to speak up with them, and we realized that these people could understand English and Tamil. So fortunate for them, the chief engineer could explain to them that don't panic, don't start jumping off this boat. We will come back for you. So we made the next attempt in another few minutes, and lucky for them that we were able to come alongside their ship. This maneuver is very tricky, but I won't go into the intricacies of it, but we managed to do it in another half an hour, and we were able to pass by. And then the question is to pick up these people. So now I would like to tell you that these people were in that boat for 2 days without food and water. They did not have that energy to climb up any ladder. They were totally drained out, tired. Some of them had collapsed on the boat. So what we decided is, 2 of my crew, I harnessed them and told them that you gentlemen will be going overside and try to grab them and pull them up. So you can see in the situation how the movement of the boat is. The boat is moving in its own way, and our ship also is moving. It's very, very risky maneuver. And then our crew had to time it. So first we tried with some bags and baggage. We tried to pull up some bags, and when it worked out, then we told them that first we are going to go for the children. Then we'll go for the women, and some people with injured will go third for them, and then the healthy person. So these people, they agreed to that, and that is the sequence we followed. Our initial plan was to rescue about 50 people, and we would move away from there, and another ship would come and take our place. But by that time, it was already dark. It was already 6:30, and the sun had set, and if another ship would have come in our place, they would have to start from scratch. And like you know, in rescue operations, usually we don't do these rescue operations at night, so they would have to start in the morning. And this boat had already lost power, they did not have any engine, and they were also flooding with water. So there was no chance that these people would have survived till the next day. So what we decided is that I told my crew, we have to scale up our operation, and gentlemen, we will do as much as we can. we will start picking up as many of them. So try to motivate them, and the crew as well, they understood the gravity of the situation and they went for it. First we picked up 50, 75, 100, 150, 170. After that we lost track of count. We stopped counting. We were just getting people up. Everyone by our hand. Then the question came, what we gonna do with these people? How we gonna keep it? Our ships are normally designed to accommodate just 25 crew. We don't have any accommodation for other people. And these were 10 times our staff capacity. I called my galley staff and informed them, normally you cook for 20-25 people. Today, in the evening, you will have company, you will have guests. 10 times more, 300. So they too understood the situation, and whatever we had, food we had for ourselves, whether it was soup, juice, anything what we could spare from our provisions, we shared everything with these survivors. So we kept them in this cargo hold space. This was small empty space next to our cargo, which we carry normally cars, and they were made comfortable. But we have to imagine, that this involves a lot of logistics. Hygiene is one of the top priority. Keeping 300 people in a confined space, just as big as this hall, for a day or two is really challenging. And we try to do that, but at the same time, now just as I was saying in the starting, you are facing this challenge. We have reached the top of the mountain. Now, should we relax? No. We have to continue going down the hill as well. So same way, the challenge does not end when we reach the peak. We have to safely ensure that these people are transferred to shore reception facility. So next thing we did was to make these people aware that we are now going to take you ashore. So don't panic, relax, and enjoy your trip. And it will take us another day to reach the closest land was in Vietnam. Vietnam was 250 nautical miles from that area. It is 500 kilometers in normal terms which we use on the shore. So 500 kilometers we have to go. It takes us about a day. Next day afternoon we reached there, and in Vietnam we had the reception facility. The shore guys, they came on board and they checked these people out and informed them that your Sri Lankan government has come and they're going to take you back to Sri Lanka, which is what they never wanted. So they were in for a shock. They started to protest and all. That was another story, and I won't dwell into it. But finally, by evening, 5:30, we tried to convince them that if you stay on the ship, we will not be able to feed you. We can't feed ourselves as well. So you have to get down and take the best opportunity what you will get ashore. And gladly they accepted. These people got off the ship and they were taken to the shore reception facility. They were identified, and all of them were Sri Lankan migrants. So after that, we continued our passage. We are commercial vessels, we can't stop. We took our cargo, went to Singapore. In Singapore, we were felicitated by all the authorities, the government of Vietnam, government of Sri Lanka, government of Singapore, our owners from Japan, managers, NYT Line is our owner. They came and felicitated us as well. Every crew, they thanked each and every crew personally for taking part in this operation. And then, even now when I came home, these ceremonies and felicitation is still continuing. We still have some lined up next month in Mumbai by DG Shipping of India and Maritime Union, and a lot of this stuff is still going on. And also some investigations and other aspects of this will still continue. But for me, the biggest reward was not this felicitation. The biggest reward for me was to see the joy, the smile, and the gratitude on the face of these people who were rescued. This I will treasure all my life till I live, because seeing them smile was something, which I thought that we could not do it, but we did it. And same way, this is the crew of my ship. These were the 25 men of Helios Feeder who, thank you very much, who did the unthinkable that day. They rescued 303 people without the loss of a single life. And also without any injury to themselves. So this will definitely be a case study and people will learn about it. But what do we learn? We learn that avoid shortcuts in life. Gentlemen, these people, they took the boat, they paid some money to the middleman and they wanted to have a good life in a well-developed, economically well-developed country. They left their home, Sri Lanka, because it's an economic mess already. So they wanted a good life for them, but they took a shortcut. So believe in yourself, do the hard work, and I'm sure that you'll achieve it. Do not go for shortcuts. And similarly, the other aspect which I would like to share with you, as you also said, the sole meaning of life is to serve humanity. We were a crew of 25. These people, 300 of them came on board. We never knew who they were. They could be criminals, they could be pirates, they could hijack our ship, they could take control of our vessel. But we set all these dark thoughts aside, and I told my crew, don't worry, we will see this thing later on. The next step we will see. Right now, let us concentrate on saving human lives. That is what I would like you to do in your life. Please take this seriously. All the challenges which come to you, volunteer for these challenges. Do volunteer, and if you volunteer, only then you will be able to achieve it. So that is my last statement to you. And also I would like to say one thing. When you accept a challenge, always remember that the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking. And the time is running fast. So please do the best in the shortest possible time. Thank you. Thank you very much.